So here we go again on my sailboat project. Today I'm going to be working on what's under here, my cockpit floor. Going to work on getting this area here cleaned out. Here's my rudder post, the I guess what do you call it, rollers for steering cables. Cable's not connected yet, and the quadrant I took off to have more access. What I did previously, I installed this divider wall that separates the engine compartment from well, I guess the rest of this part of the boat. The reason why I did this is basically number one, I think it adds a little bit more strength. It's basically an additional small bulkhead. But the most part is I just didn't want all this well, dirt that accumulates in here, maybe just constantly like hanging over the engine. Yeah, before there was really nothing there. You could just basically look over the engine and look all the way back there. So it's in a separate chamber now, and I use pressure treated plywood, and I bedded in with fiberglass. And what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna just add a few more layers on there, and where this gap is, that's basically where the water runs off through the engine compartment, or under the engine compartment, so to speak. I'm gonna also put a kind of a strainer on there, like some mashed aluminum, so any debris, or if I sometimes drop stuff, little bolts, nuts, or whatever, if I work in here and then they fall all the way down, I have to get in the boat and fish it back out. So whatever debris is going to be caught right there. Yeah, this entrance hatch here was installed by a previous owner, or the previous original owner. Normally those type of boats don't have that. I'm glad that they did this, because if not, I would have done it. That's one of the smartest ideas ever, because the only other way to reach into those compartments under the steering pedestal, which goes really down there, would be through some small openings in the side lazarets, which is complete bogus. You can't really do nothing. So the only problem is, well, when I was a little bit thinner, I could fit in there. Right now I'm having a hard time to squeeze my fat ass in there. But today I'm just going to do some sanding and some light fiberglass work. I hope I can just do this by just reaching down there. It's still going to be a pain in the ass, but it's going to have to get done. Well, it doesn't have to, I just want to do it. So yes, that's what I'm going to do today. Yeah, that's enough of the fiberglass work for today. Yeah, that's all I wanted to do, is really just put a couple more layers to support the bottom mount of this little bulkhead what I had installed previously. Well, the next step is going to be working on the rake of my steering. I did screw something up when I redid my rudder. I pulled the rudder out, and because it had several soft spots, so I fixed them, and so I decided probably would be wisely to do a couple layers of fiberglass over the top of the old one, because it appeared brittle and lots of cracks. What I did not realize, I probably done a little bit too much, so now if I move the steering quadrant, that's as far as it goes, and goes a little bit further this way. I can't remember when I initially got the boat how far that rudder actually did turn, but I'm almost certain that the quadrant should be able to almost touch the bottom of the boat there. So what I have to do now is go back down to the rudder and start sanding down on the edges a little bit, so I get a little bit more rake on the steering. I have no comparison anymore, unfortunately. Like I should have made a note before I took all this shit apart to see how far that quadrant actually did turn. You can't really go by the steering wheel, because the steering wheel is like infinite anyways. Well, of course limited to chains, but they go much further than the rudder probably should go. Yeah, that's it's gonna be a little bit of pain in the ass sanding again, but I don't want to get stuck out there with the boat and start realizing I don't have enough steering rake and the thing doesn't turn hard enough left or right. So if anybody has an Alberg 37 who's watching this video, maybe you could give me an idea how far your rudder actually turns. I know the chance is very slim that somebody has the same boat here and watches actually my crappy videos. Anyways, yeah, anything would help. If not, I'm of course like usually on my own, and I'll figure it out. So yeah, that's for this part now.